Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Marketing MadMen. Nick Constantino and Trip Job here live from the Battery. The air is nippy. It is Christmas time. Luckily, I did all my shopping already because my ADD does not allow me to wait till the last minute. Everything's done. Everything's packed. Everything's shipped. I'm excited about it. I get to enjoy the holidays. But Trip, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I did the same. For one of the few times I got stuff done by 1st of December. So
yeah, we have a way of sucking the fun out of everything, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, Halloween starts September 1st. Then the second Halloween's done. All the Christmas stuff is there. You want to kill yourself by the music being played the 100th time. All you got to think in your head is, my goodness, baby, it's cold outside. It's such a rapey song. Yeah. How is this? How are we still playing this? But that being said, it's an oldie but a goodie, and I love it. So let's talk about the holiday season. Let's talk about some things you've seen. I want to put a big focus on luxury because we have a guest coming on, Mr. Vic Johnson from Grand Seiko, who, I mean, they just opened a new boutique in Lenox for the holidays. Who better to hear about one of the world's most prestigious watch brands opening a brand new boutique 2 weeks before Christmas? What better to hear from? So we're going to have fun with Vic. But what are you seeing out there, Trip? What has stood out to you about the season? You know, year past 2 years, but what do you see out there? And then we'll go a little bit more specific about luxury.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, the last year or so, the trends have been, you know, away from just things into experiences or something that really stands out.
Yeah, me and my wife looked at each other. We said, screw presents. And for Christmas and Valentine's Day, we're going to go to London for 4 days. Yeah. Like, why in Christ's name am I buying more garbage to have when I can go hop on a plane to London for, you know, not the same amount of money, but close when it's all said and done?
Yeah, and you know, I was actually at a presentation with the head economist for Huntington Bank, and he actually shared how much the economy has changed this year around service-based and experiences, and you know, there's a lot of factors to it.
That's why Live Nation's doing so well.
That's even talked about that in the prices. I won't go there because they'll take up all our time.
Yeah, but I mean, a change in demand leads to a change in prices. Right. But what you're seeing is the lower level stuff that doesn't have the same fan base is going for peanuts on the dollar. It's the big events,
right?
SEC Championship, concert,
and you guys get involved in it, but it's the events with the Braves, it's events with, you know, Georgia Tech and Georgia, and it's these experiences, these VIP packages, and I think you're seeing more and more of those. I'm actually seeing more of them offered. Yeah. Right? I mean, we've seen it's been a trend for a few years. It used
to be something that was only available to the bourgeois and the uber elite.
Or the sponsors.
Now it's been
the head sponsors.
For sure.
Now anyone can get in.
All you got to do is sell your firstborn child and you're in.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
But I do see, I think that theme is coming out also in the holiday season and some of the gifts because it's something unique. I'm not giving you something everybody has
all over the world,
right?
Like that kind of stuff where you can't go to the store and buy it. It's curated. That's another word. I think curation is really important, right? It's an experience that's done for you. That's why people love the on location, all those things. You get to everything's taken care of for you. If you're going to spend that much money, why do you want to deal with the hassle? Right. So I agree with that. Now, one of the things I've noticed, sales suck. Everything's been on sale the whole year. So what Christmas sales, it's not even a sale anymore. They're just regurgitating whatever you've searched for the year and said, buy this. Right. So like some of the fun has been taken out of it. There's no, like, why are people lining up on Black Friday? Everything's on sale all the time nowadays.
Well, lining up?
Well, that's true.
Okay, wait a second. Queuing up online. I was like, wait a second. Did you actually go out on Black Friday?
Hell no. I have not been in a store.
I was playing golf on Black Friday.
God knows how. Actually, I played golf the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but not, but look, but again, if you told me there was a store that I got to go into and have this earth-shattering experience I was gonna buy it and I loved it, I would go. They don't exist.
Right.
They don't exist. Oh, you know what they are now in the mall? It's all of the online people who had success online that some investors had opened a store. So they open a store, and in that store, like, all you do is try the stuff on and then you go buy it online. Yeah. And like now I think there is some value to I got my wife an Aloe gift card, and they only put it on sale like 4 times a year at 30% off. It's always the same sale, and it's on everything. Okay, there is some value to that because even 3 months is enough to know. Looking at it at full price, when you see it 30% off, you'll buy it. So I think there's something to that, and I think that bleeds in well with luxury. That's luxury. To me, the definition of luxury is something that it does not have. It has the pricing power to keep at a price that people want. That's luxury to me because anything that has demand on it, the price is worth more.
Anything sold through Macy's does not have luxury on it.
Well, that's why they've cut so many.
That's why there's a sale that's a sale every day.
Freakonomics did a great episode on is the parade the most valuable thing they have, and that's what they said. They're like, dude,
I bet.
You couldn't even keep Nike. Like, and it's not offense to Nike, but Nike makes the full gamut of clothing, and they couldn't even keep it. Yeah. But the tricky part, though, is Macy's owns Bloomingdale's. So what do they care? They put all that stuff in Bloomingdale's. So they have both ends of the spectrum. So again, that's corporate greed more than it is anything else.
Right.
It's corporate greed. I think luxury, look, the luxury market has not changed at all, right? You have to be committed to a brand. You have to have a long-term vision. You have to have influencers. I hate the word, but you have to have people of prominence wearing your stuff. That's never going to change.
Right.
And we're going to talk about Grand Seiko with Vic, because that's a great example. Grand Seiko. I got to make sure I say that right. You know, Rolex is the pinnacle, probably of luxury, probably in the world. It's probably the most synonymous thing. And the reason I say it, but what people don't know, Rolex is a institution. It's not a for-profit company. They don't have to declare earnings. So all their reason is because there's a perceived sense of not being able to get it. That being said, they sell more Rolexes than almost any watches in the world. Right. Anyone can get one if you know the channels. Right. But because they don't share that information, nobody has a clue how many Rolexes are out there.
Right.
So, and even if you look at, there's what are we at, 7 billion people on Earth? Right? And they sell 5-6 million Rolexes a year. That's 0.01% of the people even getting access to it. So you still have that perception of not seeing it everywhere. So I think they're the pinnacle. I think Grand Seiko has a great brand themselves, and they are approaching this differently from Japanese. They've a bit more craftsmanship, clear lines. But again, they're opening in Lenox Mall, a Japanese watch store boutique without the pedigree of right around Christmas. So it's going to be a fascinating conversation. What else are you seeing out there?
You know, I think, and you're probably more in this area, but I've seen more around the, let's call it the kitchen, the cooking experiences. I mean, it can be, you know, products, seasonings. It can be, you name it. But I think this idea of let's give something that, while it is a product, it brings people together because people enjoy the art of cooking and the entertainment and things of that nature. And I think that's been going for a year or two, but I've seen more of that this year.
I think that is a overcalculation, knee gut reaction to the fact that restaurants are going to disappear. Yeah. I think that there are so many restaurants out there that are going to fold, and the reason is they've gotten so expensive, and they have to staff, they have to have people, so they're thinking people are going to start cooking at home, and they want that same experience that they get in the restaurants because it's following the trend, right? The hottest restaurants in the country, I've looked at every Michelin star, everything, are all like these weird cuisines from parts of the world that were ignored, right? So you're not Mexican, but like the south tip of the Baja Peninsula in this one town, that food, right? Georgian food from the country, Georgia. Peruvian food is Peruvian food was popular for a long time, but yes, the first Peruvian restaurant in Atlanta just opened. That's insanity. So that you see that, and I think it's just following those trends. But I really do think that people realize how expensive it is. And you know, give you an example on the high end side, the bourbon industry is getting demolished right now. The wine, they are cellars full of wine right now. Like it's just so. All the holiday gifts in the world, and wine's a great thing, but not if the person doesn't drink. And I think people are more cognizant, they're more loud about it, right? If there was a person who didn't drink, he didn't walk around telling people he didn't drink. Nowadays, every ass that doesn't drink is like, I don't drink and I feel great. It's like, okay, that's none of my business. Why are you telling me? So I think a lot of that shopping, and they're trying to follow trends and get out ahead of it, or reacting to trends. But that's been the story as old as time.
What else are you seeing?
You know, look, I think that everything is decorated for so long that everything becomes a holiday experience that by the time Christmas comes, you're just done with it. Like everything has to be decorated. Every mall, every place, every store, every business, everything is decorated. And it takes some of the fun out of it, right? Like it used to be you go to Fifth Avenue to see decorations, and it's like the most amazing thing in the world, right? Now Bob's third house has to have a whole graphic display because it's become so cheap to do it because you buy everything from China for nothing. So I think... I hope we get to a point where it becomes more special and more about the moment than all the crap leading into it. But we shall see, my man. We shall see. We shall see. I also think that the luxury market as a whole is in for a reckoning. I think the targeting that people are able to do with customers, if you have a brand and a really good brand that you don't play that game and you establish your brand, once you do have access to targeting and income levels and you can really hone in on who your market is, you're going to be unstoppable. It's On Shoes is a great example. They didn't start that way. They built their demand the old-fashioned way, and now they go in and hyper-target, and they are unstoppable right now.
Well, one of the things that'd be interesting, too, is to see their perspective of the difference between, I'm going to call it, bite-sized luxury and larger luxury items, such as, you know, expensive cars, right?
You can call it what it is. You can call it fake luxury. You can call it what it is, fake luxury.
Yeah, but
entry level luxury.
They're luxury within their category.
Watch brands are a great example of that.
Right.
A Patek Philippe Perpetual is $250,000. Right. But
you can also get a $1,500 luxury watch.
Gorgeous watch that'll last for the rest of your life.
And it's a lot different than buying a $110,000 Maserati.
Cars the same. I have a Genesis, my Genesis, entry level luxury. But if you drove my car in a $100,000 BMW, you would not feel that much of a difference. Right. So I think you're right. You're talking about that entry level luxury has become an area of focus because it is. Look, if you get in at entry level, you're more likely to go to the aspirational, bigger stuff also. So that's why Mercedes has always offered a $30,000 car. Yeah, they don't make money on it. It's a piece of crap, but they've done it.
A family member wants a watch, and you're going, okay, for another $300-$400, I can get you something you're going to think about and have the memory for years and years and years.
Yeah.
That's an affordable luxury.
And I cannot wait to hear how Vic markets it because that is an insanely competitive category. If you look, Fifth Avenue used to be clothes and housewares. It is freaking watch after watch because the margins are so high and because it's become such a desirable thing to show your wealth. It's cars and watches. I mean, I'm not going to say who told me stripper in Vegas, but the only thing people look at to determine your wealth is your shoes and your watch. And that is from a stripper in Vegas whose only job is to discern wealth immediately. So shoes and watch. So if dudes are listening out there and you feel obliged to be at a strip club, make sure you got nice shoes and a nice watch on.
Did I derail Christmas? For me, the opposite would be like wearing old tennis shoes and no watch.
Christmas with talking about strippers. Well, but the good ones still give gift cards away, so you never know.
Well, now you know how to either defend yourself or go on the offensive if you're going to go out to Vegas.
That's the move. So I can't wait to get to Vic. Trip, this will be the last episode that airs before the holidays. So happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to everyone out there. You've been listening to the Marketing MadMen on Extra 106.3, and we'll be right back with Vic from Grand Seiko Boutique.
Looking forward to it.